There is an asteroid out there made almost entirely of metal, iron, nickel, and gold, and its total value has been estimated at $10,000 quadrillion. That's more wealth than the entire global economy multiplied by 1,000,000. And right now, NASA has a spacecraft slingshotting around Mars to reach it. Welcome to one of the most audacious scientific missions in history. The Psyche spacecraft is on its way to an object unlike anything we've ever visited, a world that shouldn't exist by any normal measure of planetary science. But here's the question I want you to hold on to as we go through this. Why does a metal asteroid even exist? The answer, when we get to it, is going to completely reframe how you think about Earth itself. Let's start with the gravity assist, the Mars flyby, because it's easy to gloss over, and it's actually a stunning piece of engineering. On May 23, 2025, Psyche flew within roughly 700 kilometers of the Martian surface. That's closer than the International Space Station orbits Earth. At that distance, Mars's gravity grabbed the spacecraft and pulled it inward, accelerating it like a stone in a sling. The spacecraft didn't use a single drop of extra fuel for that speed boost. It borrowed energy from Mars itself, from the planet's own momentum as it orbits the Sun. Mars slowed down by an almost immeasurably tiny amount. Psyche sped up by enough to shave years off its journey. That's not a trick, that's physics. Now, the gravity assist has been used before. Voyager, Cassini, New Horizons all relied on it. But what makes this one different is where Psyche is going. Every other major deep space mission was going to a world of rock and ice. This one is going to a world of metal. And that distinction matters enormously. Keep that in mind, because the reason Psyche exists as a metal world is the strangest part of this whole story. And we're not there yet. First, let's talk about the spacecraft itself, because it's a marvel. Psyche, both the mission and the target share the same name, launched in October 2023 from Kennedy Space Center aboard a SpaceX Falcon Heavy rocket. It carries a suite of scientific instruments designed to answer very specific questions: a magnetometer to detect any remnant magnetic field, a gamma-ray and neutron spectrometer to map the surface composition, and a multispectral imager to photograph the terrain in extraordinary detail. It also carries a Deep Space Optical Communications experiment, a laser-based system NASA is testing to send data back to Earth at rates far beyond what radio waves can manage. This mission is doing double duty: groundbreaking science at the destination and cutting-edge communication technology tested on the way. After the Mars flyby, Psyche is expected to arrive at its target in 2029. 4 years of travel across more than 2 billion kilometers of empty space. So what is waiting at the end of that journey?
16 Psyche, the asteroid, sits in the main asteroid belt between Mars and Jupiter. It's roughly 280 kilometers across, the size of Massachusetts. But unlike every other asteroid we've ever studied up close, it appears to be made predominantly of metal. Iron and nickel dominate its composition. Scientists have detected signatures of gold, platinum, and other rare elements. This is not a rock with a bit of metal mixed in. This is a place that is metal all the way down. And here is the moment this whole story pivots. Why does a metal asteroid exist? Planetary scientists believe 16 Psyche is the exposed core of a dead planet, a protoplanet that formed in the early solar system, billions of years ago, when the planets were still being assembled from swirling clouds of gas and dust. Something enormous hit it, maybe multiple somethings. The collisions were so catastrophic that they stripped away the entire rocky mantle and crust, leaving only the iron core behind, naked and drifting through space for billions of years. Let that land for a second. We are looking at the inside of a planet, the kind of place that exists beneath every rocky world, beneath Mars, beneath Venus, beneath our own feet right now, but that we can never reach. Earth's core is nearly 6,000 kilometers below the surface. No drill, no probe, no technology we have or are likely to have can reach it. But at 16 Psyche, we might be able to study a planetary core directly, floating in space, exposed to the stars. That's the perspective shift. NASA isn't just visiting an asteroid, it may be visiting the closest thing we'll ever get to Earth's own interior. This is why geophysicists are as excited about this mission as astronomers. If 16 Psyche's composition and magnetic properties match our models of what planetary cores look like, it validates decades of theoretical work about how Earth and the other rocky planets formed. If it doesn't match, if the data comes back strange and contradictory, that's even more exciting, because it means we have something fundamental wrong about planetary formation. Either outcome advances human knowledge. That's the mark of a great scientific mission. There's one more open question worth sitting with. 16 Psyche is estimated to contain enough iron alone to supply global steel production for millions of years. The broader metal content, including precious metals, gives it that mind-bending estimated value of $10,000 quadrillion. Now, no one is mining this asteroid anytime soon. The logistics alone are science fiction. But Psyche's existence is forcing very serious conversations in the space industry about what asteroid mining might one day mean for human civilization. Not next decade, not this century probably. But the fact that we are now sending a spacecraft to physically study a metal world means the science fiction is getting measurably closer to science.
The Psyche mission is a reminder of something easy to forget in an era of constant news and noise. We live in a moment of genuine exploration. Right now, a spacecraft the size of a large van is coasting through the void between worlds, carrying instruments sharp enough to read the chemical fingerprints of a planet's ancient core. It used Mars as a stepping stone. It will take 4 more years to arrive, and when it does, humanity will look upon the interior of a dead world for the very first time. The universe has been hiding its secrets for billions of years. We are just now learning how to ask the right questions. If this kind of journey moves you the way it moves me, subscribe. There is so much more to explore. Next time, we're going somewhere even stranger.